sports all plays. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Well, not too bad. Going pretty good.
Let's see. I went, 4-3 on my picks yesterday. I was 1-0 in baseball, 1-2 in college football, and then I was 2-1 on my hockey picks.
I went 3-2 overall. 1-1 on my hockey picks. Vegas come through in overtime. That was a good game. I watched it. I got Philadelphia right and went 1-1 on my college football.
You got your on college football. You got the under right, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, the other one, Liberty won, but they only won by 7, I think it was.
Yeah, they only won by like 7, and they were
14.5.
14.5 point favorites. And then that game that you got the under, right? Western Kentucky lost the damn game.
Yep. Lost the game, and not very many points were scored.
And then I had South Alabama, right?
I tell you what, I didn't like the college games for tonight at all. I don't know about you.
I made a pick on them, but yeah,
I didn't like them. I didn't do a college tonight. I said, hell with that. I didn't like them at all. Did a little research on them, and all the teams kind of suck.
Hey, how's it going, Glenn?
Hey, Phil.
And also, Phil, we appreciate you stopping in, man.
Yep,
we're doing pretty good. Hopefully, you're doing good. There ain't a whole lot of games today. You have some hockey. Have one baseball game again today. You got the American League Championship Series Game 3.
Only 2 hockey games today.
Yeah, there was only 2 hockey games, only 2 college football games. So today's slate a little light. But tomorrow we'll have some NFL again, and then I'm sure there's at least a couple college football games tomorrow.
No, at least 1, probably 2, like you said. I know there's a few hockey games tomorrow. I think a lot more Friday. I know there's not. I think Vegas plays again. I think Thursday night.
When? Thursday?
I think they play Thursday. I think they're on the road now. I think they're because they're going to be playing like 8 o'clock games. Actually, I think they play the Blackhawks Saturday in Chicago.
Okay. All right. Well, kind of recap yesterday. The Phillies destroyed the Diamondbacks 10-0. Phillies bats have gotten hot, and their starting pitching has been excellent so far here in the playoffs. They're getting their starters to go 6, 7 innings, and you can get your starter to go 6, 7 innings, only give up one run. You're going to have a good chance to win a lot of games. They didn't give up any last night, but even the other game before that, the starting pitching got them to their bullpen with a lead, and especially playing in Philly with that crowd, if they get to their bullpen with a lead,
Yeah.
you're going to be in trouble. Be nice to see Arizona still won, at least win one in Arizona. But yeah, if you're playing in Philly, and that's even if the World Series goes to Philly, you need to get a lead early in that game because you let that crowd get going. That crowd has been loud.
Yeah, it has.
The last 2 games.
It's been crazy. It definitely has.
They're saying they're getting to the decibel levels of like an ACDC concert.
Really? That's crazy. Yeah, Philadelphia's looking awfully impressive. Texas has 2. I think Philadelphia's even look more impressive. So we'll see what happens with Houston and Texas tonight. It's a definitely must win for Houston tonight. They lose tonight, it's over.
Yeah, because Houston lost the first 2 games
At home.
at home, so now you're going on the road down 0-2. You can't afford to lose.
Yeah, at least Arizona's going back home. Not going on the road. They've lost 2. But
Got Glenn.
changed his NXT plans again. Gonna go when the Pacers are down there and see NXT. That's smart. Makes sense. I think NXT is going to be really good the next 2 weeks, though, with the Halloween Havoc. They're doing it 2 days. So they're going to be good shows.
I heard it was a good show last night.
It was good.
I'll say from what I've heard it was they had a pretty good show last night.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we get that pulled up, and we'll go ahead and jump in.
Well, I had one thing real quick. What's going on with this USC quarterback? Have you seen the story today where he says he wherever he goes, I hope he's kidding, but it don't sound like he is. He wants part ownership as a team, as a number 1 pick. Has the guy lost his mind?
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, it came out today, and I hope it's a joke, but it don't sound like it. He's also had other stories that come out. He don't want to go to these teams, and he can make more money if he stays in college than go to some team. The dude needs to keep his mouth shut. He's going to ruin his career before he even gets started.
NFL draft rumors. Caleb Williams made earth-shattering ownership demand in summer. Yeah, he's not going to get that.
No, yeah, I mean, first of all, I don't think it'd be allowed.
I don't know if it is allowed, but they're not.
They're going to give it to
they're not going to give it to a guy who's just coming in the league that's done nothing.
Tom Brady never got it. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If that was ever to happen, it's going to happen. It would happen to somebody like that had a career like Brady or somebody that's proved themselves, and then maybe you get that. But I don't see it ever happening for a rookie. Especially if you look how many draft picks come into the league, first round draft picks, or even top 5 draft picks that don't pan out. So they're not going to give a guy that they're not for sure that's even going to pan out. That we're going to give you ownership.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I don't see that happen.
I mean, I think he'd believe in his own hype a little too much. Do I think he's a talented player? Yeah, and that's where it stops. I mean, there's no guarantee he's going to even make it in the NFL. Does he have a good chance? Sure, I think he does. But I mean, he didn't play very good against Arizona, and he looked horrible against Notre Dame. What's he going to look like in the NFL? So I think he needs to change his attitude a little bit. I mean, I don't know. He come in the league with the wrong attitude. He might find himself the There's been guys who was really highly touted that never did anything. So it's not impossible that could happen again.
Okay, so I guess it was originally said back in July. And somebody resurfaced it yesterday, but
Okay.
it was a July report from Pro Football Talks Mike Florio that claimed representatives of USC quarterback Caleb Williams had been making it known to prospective agents that Williams wants partial ownership of the team that selects him in 2024 if he declares for the draft. And speaking of that, Rogers Flory also said the future Hall of Famer tried to secure ownership equity during his negotiations with the New York Jets that was shot down by the NFL. So according to Florio, this offseason when Rogers was negotiating contract with the Jets, I guess he tried to get some kind of ownership equity during his negotiations, and that was shut down by the NFL. So
there's no chance.
So if the NFL shut it down, I don't see a rookie getting it before somebody. I can see Rodgers getting something like that before I would a rookie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Rodgers he's proven that he's one of the best throwers of the football that we've seen. I mean, and dude's great quarterback, and I think he's going to. I think he's going to play this year.
Possibly. I mean, there's argument to be made he's a top 10 quarterback of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of the greatest. So, the kid needs to calm down on himself. I tell you. And I know it's a team sport, and I know his offensive line just got manhandled. They got both sides of the ball got manhandled.
And they might him and his dad might mess around and screw himself too, because
there's other talented quarterbacks.
It's also been rumored that. Or is also it's not rumored. His father also suggested that if he doesn't like his potential destination in the draft, he could go back to school because with the NIL opportunities, he can make just as much or more money. Okay. No matter when you come into the NFL, your odds are being a high draft pick like he's projected to be, you're not going to a good team. Okay, you don't like the teams that are at the 4 or 5, the 2 or 3 teams at the top this year. So you go back to college. What's to say it's not them same teams that are there next year at the top of the draft? Look at the Bears. Bears were the worst team in football last year. Had the number 1 pick, traded it away. Now this year, right now, they're in line to have the first and second pick. Who's to say they're not going to have a top 3 pick the year after that? If the way things are going there, especially if they go with a new coaching staff and everything. So or the Carolina Panthers. They traded up to get the number 1 pick last year. They're not looking great. So I mean, whatever team you go to is probably not going to be the best situation anyway. So and you can wait if you don't go this year and you wait to next year. There's no guarantee that's going to be better.
Well, the other thing is, Chris, he may not go in the top 4 or 5 picks with that attitude because there's other good quarterbacks. Look what I've seen some of
Drake May, got Penix,
and look at Penix, what he's been through in his career. I mean, he's proven how tough he is. Now I worry about would he last in the NFL, but he's proven he's tough. He's come back from a lot of tough situations, so he's proven the type of personality, how tough he is and stuff. And like you said, you got Bo Nix, you've got like I said, the guy from North Carolina. You've got other quarterbacks that's got just as good of skills as he does. And they're not talking this smack or so high on themselves. I mean, he could cost himself draft stock. He could go. What's to say if somebody don't need a quarterback with the first pick, and somebody says, "Well, we'll go Phoenix second," and some here, he may end up being the 9th or 10th pick in the draft.
And I'll be honest, I don't watch a whole lot of USC. I've seen the Duke guy play; he's looked pretty good. I watched him play the other night. He wasn't impressive.
He looked.
And don't get me wrong, I know. Hey, everybody can have an off game, so I'm not holding one game against him. But what scared me the most about him during that game was he looked rattled. Notre Dame's defense. I mean, if you looked at him on the sideline when they showed him on the sideline, just his expression and stuff, he looked rattled. Notre Dame's defense had gotten his head. And like I said, everybody has the off night. Dude's been outstanding since he's been in college. So I'm not saying he's a bust or any of that, but
he looked better last year, and people thought they were going to be a better team this year. So I don't know what's completely going on. I mean, well, then people can figure out too. I mean, Notre Dame had a good defensive plan, and like you said, they rattled him early, real early, and he never recovered. And plus, like not all his fault. USC got knocked off the ball on both sides of the ball.
Oh yes, they did. Glenn said Diamondbacks tickets going for $6 on SeatGeek.
Really?
It don't surprise me with them get the way the series went so far. And I don't know how big of a fan base do they usually get? But you'd think being in the National League Championship Series that you would be able to sell some tickets, but you get off to a bad start like that.
Arizona they've had a good year. I mean, they got a solid team, and they were hot. Now, they've took a good beating, no doubt about it, the last 2 games. So, especially this last one.
Yes. All right, let me get back over here.
Houston and Arizona both have got off to terrible starts the first 2 games early. So, I mean, if either one of them want to change what's going on, they've got to get off to a better start.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Especially Arizona, you can't let the Phillies jump on you like that. You say, wish those NASCAR tickets was that cheap. All right.
Did the coach? Did they officially announce he's having surgery, Richardson? I believe.
Yes. Yeah, he's going to be done for the season. So, looks like we're going to have Minshew the rest of the season, unless something was to happen there.
Well, I mean, in a way, now they know, and now they can try to prepare the offense scheme a little bit more towards Minshew. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What sucks about the most is not even this year. It just sucks you're losing the reps. That's what sucks. To me, that's what sucks the most for the Colts. I mean, yes, you'd like to win this year and all that, but not even this year. It's just him losing the reps this season to develop. So he would probably be even better next year, especially with the way he looked early, the way he's looked when he's been on the field. He's played well.
I tell you what scares me with this game with Cleveland, I didn't realize. I mean, I knew the defense was good. They've only allowed like 55, 56 first downs in the first 6 games. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, but they also lost to the Steelers, and the Steelers the Steelers have a great offense.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Their offense has not been real good. Their defense is really
main thing
strong.
For the Colts is you can't turn the ball over.
No, can't turn the ball over, and hopefully we can run the football better than we did the last game.
All right, let me get back to the right page here. Okay.
Damien, he wants Ellinger. You want us to get up there and try to take that number 1 pick from your Bears.
Let's see, Astros, Rangers tonight. Well, did you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Triple H has already been basically overcreated,
but
haven't he?
Since the new ownership took over, I guess they told Vince, "You're out of creative completely." He was Triple H was running things, but then days of the show, he would make some changes here and there and stuff. Still have his paws in the pot. I guess whoever that main owner is said, "You're out." 100% Triple H, and that's what it's going to be. So,
hey, how's it going, Don?
So I think
it's a good thing. I think the show's been better.
I think it helps backstage with more than anything with just with the wrestlers knowing, hey, once things been decided, that's the way it's going to be. It ain't going to change at last minute. I think it helps the morale.
I do that. I'll do that, Damien. I'll give you Jonathan Taylor for the first pick. I'll give you a running back if you're going to give me the first pick overall in the draft.
Oh, Marvin Harrison Jr.? Yeah, I'll do that. The way Moss has been playing, I'll take Marvin Harrison Jr. Thank you.
I would do that. But no, yeah, I think Triple H has done a good job of creative. So I think it's just going to be even better if now he don't have nobody kind of looking over his shoulder and meddling around.
They've already sold out Survivor Series there in Chicago.
Right, Astros and Rangers. Rangers are 1.5 run favorites tonight. Rangers are minus 130 on the money line. The Astros are plus 110 on the money line. Over unders at 9 runs. Rangers are up 2-0 in the series. This would be the first game in Texas, or not in Texas, but home game for the Rangers because all the games are in Texas.
Yeah,
but
true.
On the mound for the Astros, you're going to have Javier. In the playoffs so far, he's 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA. He went. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, had 9 strikeouts and 5 walks. That's a lot of freaking walks in 5 innings. But in the regular season, he was 10-5 with a 4.56 ERA. The Rangers will have Max Scherzer on the mound tonight, making his comeback. Regular season, he was 13-6 with a 3.77 ERA. Going to be interesting to see what. Hey, you're the one that wanted Taylor.
Hey, you want Taylor for the first pick. So we got the first pick. We're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. We're not going to take a quarterback.
And then, but Scherzer, it's going to be interesting to see how he looks coming back off that injury tonight. The Astros are 51-30 on the road, so they've been pretty good on the road. Rangers are 50-31 at home, so they have about the same home and away records here. I like the Rangers here. Rangers offense has been really hitting the ball, and their pitching has been able to keep the Astros pretty much at bay. I know that Houston, that second game, ended up getting 4 runs. They started to come back a little bit there late in the game, but Houston's been able, or not Houston, the Rangers have been able to jump on the Astros there in the first couple innings of the game, kind of like the Phillies have against Arizona. So I look for the Rangers get a big win tonight, being back at home. But to me, the key to the Astros for tonight is going to be the same thing as I said for the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday. The Astros need to get out to an early lead, try to silence that crowd some, to get and stymie some of the Rangers' momentum. Because if you let the Rangers jump out to a 2-run lead real quick, it can turn into a long night like it did for the Diamondbacks last night, and you end up losing 10-0. I think it'll be a close game, but I like the Rangers.
Yeah, I like the Rangers too at home, and I mean I don't know how the pitcher is going to be, coming back, after being off for a long time, but I think that puts him in a good situation because they're up 2-0, and they can see how he's doing. So I think it's a good situation for Texas. The thing that's helped Texas too is they haven't walked a lot of guys, and Houston hit some home runs, but there was nobody on base. And Houston kind of relies on sometimes get a guy on base and then boom, 2-run homer, 3-run homer. They didn't get that opportunity. All the home runs were solo home runs.
Yes.
So Texas pitching's been really strong. Houston's got a pretty good staff too, though. So we'll see. But I'm going to go with Texas also.
All right, that's all in baseball night. College football, there's a couple games, no big teams, like big name teams tonight. You have FIU against Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State is a 5.5 point favorite in this game. They're minus 215 on the money line. FIU is plus 176 on the money line. Over unders at 41.5. I kind of laughed when I said Sam Houston was a 5.5 point favorite because they're 0-6.
Yeah, hell in a game.
And they're 0-6 overall, 0-3 in the conference. FIU is 3-4 and 0-4 in the conference. Sam Houston State defense is decent. They struggle offensively if you look at their numbers.
Yeah, one of the teams, I think it's Sam Houston, only average 11 points a game.
Yeah. FIU, they're decent offensively, but their defense can be a question. But I'm gonna go with FIU at the plus 5.5. I mean, they've won some games this year. I've looked at they did have one common opponent, and it was a closer game with FIU than it was with Sam Houston. So I'm gonna go with FIU at the plus 5.5. It's just hard for me to back a team at minus 5.5 that hasn't won a game.
Scored 11 points a game.
And then the next game, New Mexico State against UTEP. New Mexico State is a 3-point favorite, minus 152 on the money line. UTEP is plus 126 on the money line. Over-unders at 47.5. New Mexico State's 4-3 overall, 2-1 in the conference. UTEP is 2-5 overall, 1-2 in the conference. I like New Mexico State here at the -3. They have the better offense of these teams. Their defense is pretty decent. UTEP has only scored 20 or more points in one game this season. They've really struggled on the offensive side of the ball. So I like New Mexico State at the -3. That's going to be my college football picks for today.
I didn't do any college. I didn't like either game at all. But I did do a couple of hockey games. Well, there's only 2 hockey games. I did Washington at Ottawa. I'm going with that under the 6.5. And I got Pittsburgh at Detroit. I'm going that under 6.5.
Glenn, no, actually, I'm not sure when the MAC starts on Tuesday.
Yeah.
There is no, I thought there would be some MAC games, or no, last night was Tuesday, night's Wednesday, but there weren't even MAC games last night.
No MAC.
So there should be some MAC coming up. Maybe, yeah, that kind of surprised me that there wasn't MAC games.
But I went with a couple of hockey games, and I went both of them under 6.5. I didn't like the
football. Don. I'll be honest. I'm not real crazy about either one of those college football games tonight, but there was only one baseball game, 2 college football games. There's really 2 hockey games on tonight, other than NBA preseason. And I don't like trying to bet on the preseason game, so I went ahead and picked the college. But yeah, I agree with you. It's especially when it's schools like this where you don't know a whole lot about them. I mean, be honest, I don't know. I didn't know who the hell Sam Houston State was. I mean,
I've heard of Sam Houston State.
I've heard of FIU. I've heard of UTEP, New Mexico State. I'd never really heard of Sam Houston. Yeah. So,
what do you think about that, Chris? What Damien's question? I seen that video that came out today of the Dallas and San Diego.
There's been a bunch of them. Yeah. You had the 49ers and the Browns fighting before the game the other day. I think the NFL is. I bet you there's probably a memo that went out today or tomorrow saying this has to stop, and they're probably going to say if it happens, there's going to be a big fine.
I think
big fines and stuff.
They got to do more penalties on it because some of these people got the hell beat out of them.
Honestly, I don't have a big problem with it. I mean, that's one of my favorite parts about hockey.
True.
Is when
but it's not the fans. But it's not the fans.
No, I think he's talking about the players.
He's saying people.
Okay.
He's talking about the fans.
He's talking about the fans. I thought he was talking about the players.
No, I don't have a problem with players.
Because there's been quite a few player fights.
Yeah.
Especially over the weekend. So I was talking about fans. They got to do something about it. I think when it comes down to it, what's probably going to end up happening is if you get in a fight at a stadium like that, they're probably going to ban you from attending. Coming to any more of the NFL games because for one, the NFL, I'm not sure who it would come back on, but I'm sure it could come back on the NFL. Probably can come back on whoever the home team is, the state, whoever owns that stadium and everything. If somebody was to get killed or badly hurt.
Yep.
So yeah, fan wise, yes, I think they will. So fan wise, I do. I think there will be something done about it. I would say, hey, I'm gonna say there probably will start being an announcement at the beginning of the games. Hey, if you violate the fan code of conduct or whatever, you could be banned for life from coming any more games and stuff like that. Because I think that's about the only thing you could really do. Because what you're gonna give a fan a fine. You know what I mean? The only thing you can really do is say, hey, you can't come to no more games. If you can't come to a game and act like a responsible human, you're not going to come to the games. I misunderstood. I thought he was talking about the players. Now the players, I don't have a big problem with the players. I kind of wish the NFL would let a little bit more of that go on.
I agree.
I mean, it adds entertainment value. I mean, I don't want to see nobody get hurt fighting, but if you watch hockey, the referees are right there, and once they think one guy's starting to get too much of an advantage, or whatever, they break them up. And they go on.
I watched 2 fights last night during the Vegas game.
They had a hockey player on McAfee today. I can't remember his name now. It was a black guy. And had him on that in the last hour there. And they were showing one of his fights. And he straight knocked the dude basically out cold. you would know the guy. I think he just
Just retired.
yeah,
He probably does.
and he's on ESPN as a
He was on last
analyst or
night.
whatever.
Yeah, he was on last night. I can't think of his name, but I know exactly who you're
Yeah,
talking
he was
about.
on McAfee today.
Yep.
Uh,
Real quick,
see, Don says, right, I think tonight I'll just watch sports and learn about the teams each sport.
I've caught a little tail end of this the last couple of days. I think you would know because you watch McAfee. What's with all this deal with the fan? The San Diego fan, the lady, and now she's a Vikings fan. What is that all about? What?
Well, did you see it? Did you watch the game Monday night?
I seen. Her
Did you
on
see when they
TV.
showed her?
Yeah.
Well, they showed her, and then people were saying that she was a fake fan or whatever. Well, McAfee ended up having her on the show yesterday. She came on and she was talking about how she's been a Chargers fan for 20 years and stuff. Well, I guess then some pictures surfaced of her yesterday in Vikings gear.
Yeah.
So now people are saying that it was fake and stuff. I mean, hey, some people are fans of multiple teams. I'm a fan of my football team is the Colts. But I watch about if there's an NFL game on, I watch it. I mean, I don't have no other teams I really root for.
No,
but
if the Colts get out of it, like I told you right now, a team like
not
that I'm a fan, I would like to see Detroit do well. If the Colts, I follow
Yeah,
stories.
But well, hell, Darius Butler on the Pat McAfee show. He has 4 or 5 teams. They talk about it. He talks about it all the time. And McAfee always gives him hell. Yeah, he'll add another one here in a little while.
Tommy Dreamer, whoever's winning, he jumps on the bandwagon.
But I mean, I thought it was cool that they had her on and let her kind of talk yesterday and stuff. And seemed like she's a diehard sports fan. Jets traded McCole Hardman and Suns round pick for 2025 6th rounder to the Chiefs. So Hardman went back to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Don says he don't have a problem with the players fighting.
Yeah. No, I don't either. I'm fine.
But yeah, Damien was talking about the fans.
Yep. It's got out of hand.
Yeah,
I've seen some people got the hell beat out of them.
It has got out of hand.
And I just seen one with San Diego and Dallas, man, just today. This was like out in the concourse, man. There was like 10, 15 people beating the hell out of each other.
Oh yeah, people go.
But then again, you can go to Waffle House, see that too. So,
yes, going out to it was PK Subban.
Yep, that's him.
Yep, that's who. Well, I didn't want to say the wrong name.
If I remember,
I knew it was like PK something, but I didn't want to say the wrong name.
He played for a couple teams. I know if I remember right, played for Nashville.
I was gonna say Glenn said maybe Nashville.
He played for Nashville, and then maybe another team too. Yeah, he's really good on there too.
Yeah, and that was a good. It was a good with him on there today. It talked. And he told Pat he'd come back on any time. Pat said, let's make this more of a regular thing. So I think he's going to start being on there more often. I think the NFL should take away a draft pick or vacate a win from teams to send the teams and fans a message. If you fuck up and do stupid shit, you all should suffer the consequences. That's not going to happen where fans can control if an NFL team gets a draft pick taken away because fans fighting. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I think about the only thing you can do with fans is ban them. I think that's
arrest them, ban them.
Yeah, just say you're not coming to no more. You're not coming to this stadium and any more games anymore. I mean, that's about the only thing you can do with fans to try to stop it. Really,
but on the other side of that, Chris, say we go to a game. And this fan starts just giving a shit for no reason, and he hits you. Well, you're going to defend yourself. Yeah. So I mean, there's,
and there's so much video now. Yeah. I think you can determine who
started. And there's enough people around.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, yeah. If you're not doing that and somebody just jumps you, you shouldn't get suspended or banned if you hit somebody defending yourself. But if you're the one initiating it and instigating it, hey. There's no room for that. Everybody goes to a game to everybody should be going to a game
to have a good time.
To have a good time.
Last thing I want to do is go fight.
Yeah. For one, the tickets are too damn expensive to be getting kicked out of the damn game for fighting. I mean, hell, if I wanted to fight, I could fight here. I could fight here in town for free.
That's true.
How's it going, Billy? Billy says he hates bandwagon jumpers. Hey, you get a lot of those though. You get a lot of them.
Oh yeah, you do.
That's one thing nobody could ever say about me. Because if you look at the teams I root for, we've sucked for a while.
Well, we seen these guys once the Reds start playing good. People we never heard of, you know.
Oh yeah, Reds
come
fans.
on, Reds, come on.
Yeah, never seen them post anything about the Reds or anything before, and then all of a sudden they're all about the Reds. It's like, I mean, I'm a Pacer fan. Pacers haven't been real competitive team for a little while now. We're starting to. I think we're on our way of getting there. Colts have been kind of up and down. We've had our years, and then we've had our bad years. Reds have just
had a good season this year.
Yeah, had a good season this year, but other than over since the '90s, most of the time we've been terrible.
Most of the time, yep, definitely.
We've had a few good years here and there, but haven't been able to do anything in the playoffs. If we do make the playoffs, we end up getting a no-hitter pitched against us or some stupid shit like that.
It's too soon to say that Herbert's a Hall of Fame. I mean, does he have talent? Yes, but it's too early in his career to think that he's Hall of Fame.
I can't stand drunks, out of control people. Hey, you get you get that at games a lot too, especially with all the tailgating that goes on.
Well, you get drunks, but some people are just idiots. I mean, you don't have to be drunk.
I think personally, I think Justin Herbert I think he has the talent to be a Hall of Famer. I'm not going to say right now that he is a Hall of Famer, but I do think he has Hall of Fame talent. I think he could be a Hall of Famer. I think he's a good enough quarterback. I think if he's starting to get a little bit of a bad rap right now, and I said this last night on Gonzo and the Judge, is he's getting a little bit of bad rap, and a lot of it I think is because of the coach. Yep. Because if you look at Herbert's record, it's about 500 over his career in the NFL. Yep. But you can go back and look about 10 of those games, 8 to 10 of those games where Chargers should have won if it wasn't for the coach making some stupid decisions. So if you add 8 or 10 wins to him and take 8 or 10 of them losses off, you're going to be looking at him totally different when you look at his career record. I think he has talent. I think right now he's stuck on a team, or he's with a team that the head coach is having trouble learning how to finish games and win games. But no, I don't put it all on Herbert. I still think Herbert's a great talent. But I mean, for him to make the Hall of Fame, he's going to have to start winning some. Going to start winning some more games. Yeah. But I do think he has that kind of talent. I think Sports Judge said last night he didn't think that he was an elite level quarterback. I differ. I think he can be an elite level quarterback. I think he has that talent. But it also goes with what's around you and who's leading you.
Okay.
And if you put. I mean, that coach has done so many stupid things to cost them games that they should have won. I mean, they should have won that. They should have beat Dallas the other night.
Okay, let me ask
you. Herbert played a bad game against Dallas. He did not play good against Dallas. I'm not going to sit here and say he did, because he missed Keenan Allen wide open a couple times. I mean, he struggled, but like I said earlier with Caleb Williams, you're gonna have bad days like that sometimes. I mean, you're going to be off some. You don't see Herbert have that many off days.
No. Billy, I tell you, you asked about that. Doesn't that drive you crazy? Them Sudden fans, that drives me crazy. And I tell you something else that drove me crazy and still does is on Facebook. I had a lot of friends when the NFL and some sports came out against things and bend the knee or whatever they did. But I'll never watch football again. I'll never watch college football. I'll never watch sports again. All this stuff. And then all of a sudden you see him. Oh, did you see the game last night? Oh yeah, my team. Hey, everybody's got a right to opinion, but you sit there making a stand. Oh, I'll never watch, and you have a right to do that. But then, 2 weeks later, oh man, you see that Notre Dame game last night? Shut up. I mean,
a lot of people do that. Just do that stuff on social media, try to get attention and stuff. And then, I mean, hey, if you and I've said this before, everybody has a right to their opinion, and just because you have a different opinion than somebody doesn't mean you have to hate.
No,
that you have to hate them, or you can't get along with somebody because you guys have different opinions. I watch sports with different people. We don't always agree on stuff, but we don't hate each other because somebody has a different opinion than I do. So I think that's where I think that's a lot of our problem right now in the world is everybody thinks if you don't think the same that you have to be an enemy, and that's not how it should work. Oh, Billy, I haven't heard that.
I hadn't either.
Billy said here Terrell Owens got hit by a car. Any truth to that? I hadn't heard that, but I'll be honest. I haven't seen a whole lot this morning on stuff.
TMZ is reporting he got struck by a car after argument during pickup basketball game. Cops say one day ago.
Yeah,
Hit by a car after basketball game in California. Police say. I don't know how bad he was hurt or anything, but yeah, it does sound like it's true.
Yeah, and you said that was from TMZ. I'm seeing one from NBC Los Angeles that said he was hit by a car after a pickup game. Not says not seriously injured.
Good.
So is what I'm seeing here. So I guess it is true, but it sounds like he didn't get seriously injured, which is a good thing. I always liked Terrell Owens as a player.
Did too.
He's a guy that I think took a bad rap too. I know he done some things, but I think some of the things he done back then that people went crazy on him about, players do now, and people think it's great and get behind it.
What kills me is I've seen some of these sports people will, and I don't even know what he done. The one pitcher for the Red Sox that was famous for bleeding on his ankle.
Schilling.
I've heard people come out against Schilling and hate Schilling
because he's a Republican.
So what?
Because he supported like Trump and stuff because of his politics. That's why people. That's one of the reasons people turned on him is because of politics.
I mean, I'm not necessarily.
No, I'm not saying I agree with it.
I'm not a Trump fan, not a Biden fan. I'm not either one. Both of them suck. But I'm not going to hate. Just like people upset because Mellencamp, I guess there were some pictures to come out a year or so ago. Mellencamp didn't stand up for the national anthem, and people went, "I'll never go to another Mellencamp concert." I like John Mellencamp. He's got a right to his opinion. That's not going to change. I go see him. I don't go see him for his opinions. I go see him for his entertainment. Same thing like Kid Rock.
But if you don't want to go see him, that's your right. You don't have to go see him. Yeah. But you can't tell, or you can't expect everybody else to think the same way as you. And that's where things get. But no, Schilling, a lot of that is because of politics.
I agree with some of Kid Rock's opinions. I don't agree with all of them, but I'll still go see him in concert.
I don't pay attention to hardly any of the politics. No. I hate election time because that's all you see on the TV. Now, if it was just debates let me say actual debate, okay, I might watch a little bit of it. But then it's not an actual debate. All they do is try to get on there and dig up dirt on each other and try to make each other look bad. They're not debating topics on or telling us what their plan is or what they want to do if they got elected. They're not doing any of that. It's all about shaming your opponent and trying to make them look worse than you. And I don't have no interest in watching that. I know people that do. I know people watch it.
A lot of people do. Definitely.
Yeah, I know somebody that watches about every day.
Really?
Yeah. Your brother.
Steve?
Yes.
Yep, he's a nut.
That dude's always watching it. But that's some people's thing. My thing is sports. That's what I like. If 90% of the time, if I'm watching something on television, it's sports. I mean, the other 10% is a movie, or there's only even a couple TV series I've ever gotten into, like Sons of Anarchy, and
you know what I watch? Sports and wrestling.
Yeah, and I watch some wrestling, but it's usually I kind of included that in the sports. But yeah. Glenn said he's been listening to Colts games on radio instead of TV because of the mayor race. I'll be honest with you, Glenn, I like listening to it on the radio. I like watching it on TV, and I don't do it as much now because but Dad and I used to do it a lot, especially when Bob Lamey was the Colts announcer. We'd watch it on TV, but we'd have the sound down and listen to Lamy on the radio, because I'd rather listen to him than the guys on TV.
Did it with the Pacers too.
Yeah, we used to do the Pacers because we'd like to listen to Leonard and them guys. I can't think of the other guy's name off the top of my head.
I only know a couple of politicians that I believe in, and they're both locally. Otherwise, I don't think they're worth a damn. They're all worried about themselves and lining their own pockets.
Cancel culture got Bob Lamy. I was wondering. I didn't remember exactly what happened with Lamy. But Billy says shaming and lining their pockets. Yep, that's what it's all about. But all right. Did you have anything else before we get out of here for today? Don't forget, we have a big interview coming up here in about an hour.
Yep.
We have pro wrestler Christian Cash is going to be joining us to talk about the big AACW Eternal Excellence Rumble. Their big show coming up this Saturday night.
He's going to be defending his title
in Kokomo, Indiana. AACW always puts on a great show. Have a great crowd. One of the loudest crowds that out of all the shows we go to, they have one of the loudest crowds.
Crazy.
Should be a great show. So join us for that. We also have be on the lookout. I'll be putting out some promos here later today as well, that from quite a few of the wrestlers that are going to be competing Saturday night. So be on the lookout for that on our social media pages, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or X, I should say, or at Gonzo Sports Room. Yesterday, like I said, yesterday my picks were 4-3. That put me at 539 and 413 on the year. My picks for today: Rangers money line, FIU plus 5.5, New Mexico State -3. I didn't give out my hockey picks, did I?
Nope.
I did have two hockey picks.
Okay.
I had Senators on the money line, and then I'm gonna go with the Red Wings on the money line against the Penguins.
Yeah, I went with both those games, but I went under 6.5 on both of them.
And then like I said, join us tonight. Christian Cash, 5 p.m. Should be a good show. He's been on with us a few times. Always nice talking.
He's crazy.
Always nice talking to him. Someone dug dirt on comment he made on a black person from years ago. And Billy, actually, I think this year was probably one of the first years I haven't listened to the Indy 500 on the radio. I usually, because here, up until the last couple of years, you couldn't watch the Indy 500 live on TV. No. They would show it on TV later after the race was always over, because we live so close to the. But now we're able to watch it. But I've always listened. I've listened on the radio for years.
Oh, yeah. That was a tradition. We used to go to cookouts Memorial Day weekend, and the race was on, man. Yep.
But like I said, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that. Please share, comment, hit that subscribe button, like, follow. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll be back tomorrow, right around 3, with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Join us tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern, with pro wrestler Christian Cash. Enjoy the games tonight, and we will see you guys tomorrow.